Hey, this is Minister Gabriel. I am here to talk about the expository message that I want to share. This is a message that's powerful. It is called Uncommon, and it's based off of the series of what was taking place in Matthew chapter 14. In Matthew chapter 14, there was a lot of uncommon things that were taking place that was going to shake the thrusting of the Messiah entering into and doing things that had never been done before. Also, you have the at the beginning from Matthew chapter 14, verses 1 to 12, you have the death of the prophet, you have the feeding of the masses, and you have the wonders on the water. These uncommon things were happening, and right here, you got in the death of the prophet, you got John the Baptist who was getting ready to be beheaded, and once by the wife or the woman Herodias. And that spoke to my spirit about how there is a spirit of Herodias that is trying to shut out the mouth of the prophet, the eyes of the prophet, and the ears of the prophet, causing you not to see what God is saying, causing you not to hear what God is saying, and causing you to shut your mouth by making you seem like you're false when you're hearing what the Spirit of God say. And then you transition over into the feeding of the masses, where God only have 2 fish and 5 loaves of bread. Those 5 loaves of bread were symbolic to the fivefold ministry, and God is going to break those things or cause those things to to be broken to increase the fish. He says, I'm going to cause the word, I'm going to cause the fivefold ministry that I put on the inside of people. He says, I'm going to cause the apostles, prophet, pastors, teachers, and evangelists. He says, they're going to have to enter into this difficult place of brokenness, but in the midst of brokenness, there is multiplicity. He says, in the midst of these things happening, you're going to see increase. He says, you're going to see increase. It's going to be uncommon. It's not going to look like what you're used to. It's not going to sound like what you're used to. You're going to shut the enemy's mouth. He said, but in the midst of this brokenness that you're going through, or in the midst of what you're feeling, he says, I'm going to do something supernatural that you've never seen before. So you're going to see this. We see this through the death of the prophet. We see this through the feeding of the masses. And then we see something else supernatural, which is the wonders on the water. In other words, in the darkest hour, in about the fourth watch of the night, in the darkest hour, we see God moving in the midst of something that did not look like what it was used to, that did not look like something that was normal. We see Jesus walking on the water. Man, that is amazing to me. That is so powerful to me that that God is moving in the midst of a time we think he should be sitting. And he's not going to do it in a way we think it ought to be done. It's uncommon because it's logical for Jesus to show up on another boat. It makes more sense for him to come on another boat, but he shows up in a way we weren't expecting. He shows up walking on the water, and just like at first the other disciples, they were fearful of what was going on, or what was taking place. We had a Peter that would rise up and he says, Lord, if it be you, allow me to do something that was never been done before. Allow me to walk on the water. And that's what Peter did. Peter began to walk on the water. He began to do something that no man ever done. And I just want to prophesy over your life. I just want to prophesy that God is going to shut the mouth of the spirit of Herodias. He's going to shut the mouth of the spirit of Herodias. He's going to cause what you went through and the brokenness that you begin to experience is going to be the very testimony that's going to cause you to rise up. It's going to cause you to increase. It's going to cause your family to increase. And I decree and declare that you're going to walk in places you didn't think that would carry you. You're going to walk on land you think that wouldn't hold you up. You're going to walk and create a pattern that no other man has ever seen before in their life. You're going to do something supernatural. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be uncommon. You're going to get ready to see things you never thought happened before. And God's hand is going to be on you the entire time to get the glory. In Jesus' name.